FTX is one of the significant digital currency trades and has been tipped as a possible opponent to both Binance and Coinbase. Hong Kong-based FTX was established in 2017 and created to give a total exchanging and speculation stage for computerized cash. It is presently the fourth biggest crypto trade on the planet. DeFi is huge business nowadays, and the days when cryptographic money speculation was the save of hazard taking financial backers and web-staying tech heads are a distant memory. Presently, digital currency is one of, in the event that not the most well-known resource for venture around the world. As digital currency exchanging has flooded in prominence, so too have the various choices financial backers have with regards to moving toward the market. In 2022, the digital money area has reflected a large number of the elements of heritage finance. For instance, beside basically trading tokens, financial backers can now give advances or give liquidity to trades to procure interest. One more astonishing improvement as of late has been the digital currency subsidiary. At the end of the day, digital currency tokens that are intended to address a fundamental resource, permitting financial backers to acquire openness to a specific market without really taking responsibility for resource, and this is the very thing that FTX professes to have some expertise in. So what should financial backers think about FTX? Is this a potential market pioneer in the realm of digital money trade, or is it simply one more brand in a genuinely jam-packed market? In the accompanying FTX cost expectation for 2025 and 2030, we'll be perceiving the way that FTX has the right stuff against different trades and hearing what driving experts need to say about FTX token potential for cost development before very long. So what's different about FTX? By all accounts, FTX may simply seem like simply one more trade, though one with some really noteworthy industry support, having raised one of the biggest financing adjusts ever for a digital currency, when sponsor like Paradigm and Sequoia Capital, baffling up some $900 million in seed subsidizing. Be that as it may, beside having a significant stash, what makes FTX stick out? Beside having a profoundly cutthroat charge construction and offering industry-driving security for its clients, FTX really hangs out in that its exchanging climate is remarkable and considerably more broad with regards to exchanging instruments than large numbers of its rivals. Crypto subsidiaries. Dissimilar to large numbers of its opponent trades, FTX has put accentuation on crypto subordinates. These are basically tokens that address a resource and work in a very much like way to subsidiaries in the heritage finance world. The stage depicts itself as worked by brokers for dealers and is quite possibly the earliest worldwide stage to offer crypto-based fates, choices, unpredictability items and utilized tokens. As far as really utilizing the stage, we believe any reasonable person would agree that FTX is focused on more significant level brokers and isn't appropriate for the typical tinkerer, very much like their heritage finance partners. Crypto fates and choices are intricate monetary instruments, and any dealer that is uncertain of how they work ought to ensure they completely teach themselves prior to entering the business sectors. The equivalent goes for utilized items. Nonetheless, that doesn't imply that anybody hoping to put resources into FTX needs to have an inside and out comprehension of the most perplexing monetary instruments on the trade. Purchasing its local token, FTT, is an approach to acquiring openness without entering the FTX exchanging climate itself. It is sufficient to comprehend that subsidiaries are precisely that merchants are really trading contracts for a resource at a specific cost, instead of selling the fundamental resource itself. Checking out at FTX price history. So presently we've investigated what FTX really is, now is the right time to take a hindsight at how FTT's cost has changed since it was first recorded. Given the colossal measure of venture supports that were siphoned into FTX during its turn of events, its local token didn't see a lot of activity as far as worth increment for its most memorable year of exchanging. The token was at first worth around $1.84 in July 2019 and after a year it had crept up by around $1 to $2.90. Things began to get in the last 50% of 2020, and by August FTT had reached $3.50. While there were no unexpected cost floods of note, the token kept on expanding in esteem towards the year's end, surrounding $5 in the last long stretches of December. FTT's cost direction then, at that point, changed emphatically when the crypto market began to accumulate pace in 2021. The main significant value flood of the year came in February, with FTT taking off to a remarkable $34.67. The token figured out how to hold its worth as well, until a second rise in March accepted it as high as $41.85. April was to bring all the more favorable luck, and by May 2021, FTT was exchanging at $61.48 before the crypto market momentarily declined over the mid-year months. FTT endured a really difficult shot and dropped as low as $22.57 in June. Notwithstanding, FTX was to have significantly more accomplishment before 2021 attracted to a nearby. Toward the finish of August, the token was buy exchanging above $50, and in September its cost spiked once more, this time arriving at its unequaled high of $84.18, before costs began to cool. FTT completed the year worth around $40. Obviously, 2022 has not been an extraordinary year for the cryptographic money market overall. While FTX figured out how to hold out above $30 for a large part of the underlying rush of slumps, its value begun to slide essentially in the subsequent quarter, dropping as low as $22.88 in June. FTX price predictions for 2025. The FTX stage would give off an impression of being bound for enormous things. It has a gigantic measure of monetary support, and its exchanging volumes have been developing fundamentally year on year since it sent off back in 2019. Notwithstanding, according to a speculation point of view, we really want to find out about how FTT's cost might rise and fall before long. For this, we want to take a gander at FTX cost expectations from driving business sector examiners. Digitalconpress is anticipating that the FTX token should perform well in the approach 2025. Toward the finish of the ongoing year, the token is anticipated to have arrived at a typical exchanging cost of $41.13. FTX development is then expected to advance rapidly across 2023 and 2024, possibly moving past the $50 mark. Toward the finish of 2025, Digitalconpress anticipates that FTT should be worth up to $62.53. Somewhere else, CoinsKit has likewise made its FTX conjecture